proud I didn't trip on the way up. So I wrote a story, because that's what I do. Can you hear me in the back? Yes. The theme tonight is the X-Files. It's like the X-Escapades. It's like all 360. And I wrote about my least favorite part, breaking up with someone, which is the stuff exchange. And I hate it a lot, and I wrote a story about it, which is true, because I was told that's like what you do here. So this is actually called the stuff exchange. I got drunk on 4 glasses of Pinot Grigio as I gathered Luke's things in a plastic bag. There wasn't much. A few photographs taken when we got high and burned pizza in my kitchen, a pink necklace he gave me for our 1-year anniversary, and a Blaze of Glory DVD he lent me when I was sick last spring. I still had some of his artwork on my bedroom walls. Most were small photographs he'd taken of farmhouses, and in an attempt to be folksy 2 summers ago, I plucked them off the wall one by one. He told me last week that he'd already met someone else. Some younger girl who majored in Latin. I majored in Latin. Latin was my thing. I would eat just thinking about it. My eyes turned to the large painting of a brontosaurus hung over my bed. Luke made it for me as a birthday present. It was born out of an inside joke in the early days of our courtship when he contracted bronchitis after our second date. You contracted a brontosaurus, I joked? To do what, build you a deck? He played along. Yes, I've contracted a brontosaurus, but mostly to touch up my patio. Then he coughed into the phone. The joke wasn't even that funny. It was only our second week of dating, and I was still nervous about everything, so he went ahead and immortalized our unfunny joke in painting form. He spent a lot of time on the painting, spent a lot of money getting the canvas, the frame, and the paint for it. Screw it. That painting was getting chucked to the goddamn curb. How do you say, you left me, so fuck your painting in Latin? Luke had arranged for our stuff exchange to take place on a 6 p.m. on a rainy Tuesday. Seeing as he had a new relationship already, he wanted closure. He was coming to my house to do it, which was nice, I guess. Although he's the one who ended it with me, so when I was in the hospital having emergency surgery, so he really should be the one to swing by. Just between us, if you're going to have an emotional, heart-wrenching, dramatic stuff exchange, rain is the preferred weather pattern of choice. It felt like I was starring in my own Lifetime movie, which I was secretly excited about. If this were a Lifetime movie, I would cast Rob Lowe as Luke. Not that they look that much alike, I just think Rob Lowe is great at acting in Lifetime movies. I knocked back another glass of Pinot Grigio, focused on the painting, and narrowed my eyes. Seriously, fuck that dinosaur painting. I jumped on my bed, yanked it off the wall, and hurled it down the stairs. Then I swung open the front door and tossed the painting to the curb. It hit a tree, knocked to the ground, and landed face down in a small patch of dirt. How do you say this is an apt metaphor for a relationship in Latin? I walked over and I stomped on it. I felt the frame warp under my shoe. I might have been yelling, but I don't remember. I definitely let out some deep, guttural grunts, like a female tennis player. All the anger came out. I was angry that he lied about having a future with me. I was angry that he'd already found someone else. Heavy, fat raindrops mixed with my tears, which I hope made me look a little bit like Helen Hunt in Castaway. Crying in the rain has always been a secret goal of mine, so a small part of me was happy that I was finally getting a chance to do it. Another secret goal of mine is to hold hands and run through an auditorium during a high school dance, like in every 80s teen movie ever. I'm still waiting for a chance to do that fantasy. So I'm grumbling and stumbling and stomping on it like an agitated giant when I saw his car turn around the corner. The same car we visited his parents in. It was the same car we took to the suburbs to buy his brother a birthday present. It's the same car he spent away in the last time I saw him. He parked on the street. God, he was so good at parallel parking. And he approached me with my stuff piled high in a paper bag. I walked towards him, trying to compose myself as best I could. I knew what was in the bag. A stuffed bunny, a nearly empty bottle of contact lens solution, a red hoodie, and a tube of Estee Lauder face wash that I got for free that I didn't even want back. That's when it hit me. He was actually clearing me out of his life. I started to cry. He placed the bag on my apartment steps with a heavy sigh. Then he hugged me. He tried to comfort me by petting my hair. I was secretly happy that he was seeing the pain he caused. It was very Alanis Morissette. You ought to know. He fucking knows. You better fucking know. I wiped my snot on his brown plaid shirt. Yeah, you take it. You take my snot, you fucking bastard. He was thinner since I'd seen him last. It'd only been a month. Does his new girlfriend even cook for him? Can she even make a decent matzo ball soup? How do you say I hope her matzo balls suck in Latin? I buried my face in his shoulder, which is now some other girl's shoulder to cry on, which made me cry even harder. How have you been? He finally said. I've been reading a lot of Suze Orman books, I whispered. I think I might set up an IRA Roth account. It just seems like a responsible thing to do. He sniffed the air. Have you been drinking? Of course I've been drinking! This is really hard for me. What is that? Yellowtail? It was totally Yellowtail wine. I was annoyed that he guessed correctly, but secretly impressed that he could identify cheap wines just by smell alone. I sobbed even harder. Then I felt his body stiffen. I followed his eye line to the painting mangled by the tree. You're throwing out the dinosaur painting? Really? You dumped me! What was I supposed to do? Save it for my grandkids? Here's a painting from the guy who dumped me when I had emergency surgery. I worked really hard on that. He walked over and touched the now splintered frame. I loved that painting. He could have just given it back to me. The joke wasn't even that funny, like bronchitis, brontosaurus, whatever. He started walking back to his car. So that's it? I yelled. Yeah, I guess it is. You dumped me when I was in the hospital, dying. Don't be so dramatic. I was near death. He spun around. You ruined my painting! He screamed. His face was tight and his fists were clenched. I've never heard him raise his voice before. We never fought when we were a couple. Normally, during any disagreement, he'd get real quiet and flare his nostrils. Now here we are, people in the rain, yelling at each other. I was secretly happy to see some emotion from him. Rob Lowe would nail the scene perfectly, I thought. Luke started walking back to his car. You forgot your Blaze of Glory DVD. I held out the bag limply. He ignored me, got in his car, and drove away. I went back inside my house with a now soggy paper bag full of stuff I didn't want. I hope I looked like my soul was crushed. I saw myself in the mirror, but I didn't look like a movie of the week, jilted lover. I just looked like a wet mess. How do you say more yellowtail please in Latin? Thank you.